Hey, Nickos. Is there a sandbox mode? What do you mean sandbox mode? It's all sandbox mode. You can do it whatever you like. You can turn zombies off if you actually wanted. You can do whatever you want in the game, pretty much. Visions of the future just blew my mind. What alpha was that you were playing in, Mystic Buck? I don't know, Bunneting. It was a long time ago, wasn't it? Have a look at the date on the highlight. It was a long time ago. I can't remember when it was. But it was a long time ago. They can jump a 1 block gap, Nico. So if you've got a 2 block gap, you're okay. You're safe. A 2 block gap is safe. They can cross a 1 block gap. Yeti Dragon, that depends on what activities you do. It depends on what activities you do, Yeti Dragon, right? Like, I don't come across that many zombies. I've killed 2,300 myself. But I don't come across that many, to be honest with you. Right? But you can edit things. A lot of things in this game, Yeti Dragon. A lot. And as well as that, you can go out. If you go to points of interest a lot. If I went right now to that point of interest, to that point of interest, etc., they will have a spawn associated to them. As well as that, there'll be zombies on the way. So you could run around just killing zombies all the time if you really wanted to. But they don't just constantly come to where you are, right? I am in the middle of nowhere. I don't have a base in town. If my base was in a city, you'd get a lot more traffic, if you like, right? But my base is out in the middle of nowhere. So the zombie spawn is associated to like a chunk. And the way they changed it a number of alphas ago, right? So that if you kill all the zombies in a chunk, that chunk doesn't respawn zombies for 3 days to give you breathing room. Because before they did that, yeah, any prefab is a point of interest. Any prefab at all. It could be a tent, it could be whatever. Whatever is prefabricated is a point of interest. Hey, Coffee TV. Hello to you from Germany, or to Germany. But they did that change because before, you used to be trying to build stuff and there'd be zombies coming along. You try and build stuff, zombies come along. You try and build stuff, you couldn't get anything done. You could get nothing done, honestly. In one of the previous alphas that I played in, we were constantly killing zombies. We never got the chance to build anything. I was constantly killing zombies. And they changed it to give you that 3-day breathing room so that if you clear out an area of zombies, you're not going to get hassled. Apart from random hordes will happen no matter what, anywhere. They can happen at any time. They are, as it says, random. And it'll just be a number of zombies going from point A to point B. I do actually have a highlight that explains random zombies as well. Exclamation random, I think. And they changed that so that to give you a bit of breathing room. So if you clear out an area of zombies, you can start building there. And you know you've got like 3 days worth of building and stuff. So you don't have to worry about the zombies attacking you for like 3 days at least, right? Because when you first start off the game, if you've got it on difficult settings, you will never get the chance to do anything. You're constantly fighting zombies. It was ridiculous. Before the change, it was unbelievable. You know, it was really, really bad. So they've decided on this new mechanic where, like I say, if you clear a chunk, it's good for a few days. If I went to this point of interest, if I went to this, there's a hotel here, right? A hotel and a gas station. If I went over here and cleared out the zombies, they wouldn't respawn for that point of interest for 3 days. And then 3 days later, they'd respawn. So that's kind of the way it works now. It's changed slightly. But there is a huge modding community as well for this game, by the way. A huge modding community. So the thing is, the mods are not as active at the moment. They're still pretty active. But they're not as active at the moment because it's still an alpha. So every time the Fun Pimps bring out Alpha 15, Alpha 16, Alpha 13 was out, Alpha 14, etc. When they bring out a new alpha, the mods have obviously got to go around and redo everything, right? It's a lot of work for them. So a lot of people are like holding off and don't want to do too much modding until the game settles down a bit, right? Justifiably, you can understand why, you know? If Minecraft was coming out with a new version every freaking 3 months, they'd be like, well, fuck that, man. That's so much fucking work to mod that shit. You know what I mean? To change the mods every fucking 3 months. It's so much work. So at the minute, I think a lot of the big modders and stuff are kind of holding off, and they're like, I don't really want to put a whole fuckload of work into making this mod for this game. And then in like a month's time, the Fun Pimp's like, new version's out, and they're like, oh, for fuck's sake, I've got to do it all again. Do you know what I mean? No, you can play as long as you want, Arctic, for as long... I'm on day 223. You can play it as long as you want. 7 days is based on the idea that originally, if you got infected, you had 7 days to find a cure before you died. That's where the 7 days part came from. But you can play as long as you want, man. As long as you like. Anyway, you were asking about the forges, Arctic, right? We've got a horde tomorrow night, so I'll probably stay here anyway in mine, so we're all good, we'll stay here. But you were asking about the forges. Basically with the forges, you've got a whole bunch of stuff here you can craft, right? So metal trussing blocks and chassis and nails, rebar frames, rocket casing and iron bars and arrowheads and pipes and whatever. All these different bits that you can craft, right? So let's say I wanted to craft a clay roof block. Click on that and it'll say I need stone, 5 of them, and clay, 30 of them. If I then put in there, I haven't got any on me right now, but if I then put in there clay, which you can just dig up, and stone, which you can just mine, and I stick it in there, I put it in here to smelt, put some fuel in and smelt it, then there'll be some clay in here, a number of clay for each block that you smelt, and some stone for each one that you smelt. And then once you've got enough in there, you could then just select it. You could then just select it and say craft, and it'll craft you a clay block, which will come out here in the output. And that's kind of how the forge works. So you can see I've got a whole crap load of iron and a whole crap load of clay there, right? Oh, that 500 wood actually got rid of all of the iron. That's interesting, I didn't know that. So 500 wood is enough to smelt all 1,000 iron. Because you remember we did that just to see what would happen? 500 wood was enough. Now, so if I turn that on, you'll see these 406 iron, they'll slowly smelt and the iron number there will go up. See? It's gone up a bit and one of each went. And a little bit of time, another one of each will go and it goes up again. So you slowly smelt all the stuff into the forge, and then the forge has that internal inventory for you to craft from, if you like. Hey Eliania, how you doing? I'm good, thank you very much. I don't know that they've really elaborated too much on the backstory about it, Money Pony, to be honest. So I'm not sure if they've elaborated too much about that. I don't know if that's maybe just hearsay from other streams, or if that's actually from them, or... Do you know what I mean? It's all a bit mysterious right now. It's just I know that originally it was meant to be 7 days until you died, right? From the virus, but who knows, right? You figured that out recently too. Yeah, but I wasn't sure, Rage Quit, because of the idea of iron, raw iron, and the idea of scrap iron, because they go at a different rate. So I wasn't sure whether 500 would do the raw iron 1,000 of each, or whether it would do scrap iron 1,000 of each. Do you know what I'm saying, Rage? I wasn't sure which one would do. Is it safe to assume that the main character is responsible for the procurement of all of the said textiles and materials? What do you mean, Arctic? I have to gather everything myself. Nobody else can do it. I'm playing single player, so you have to get everything. Nothing magically happens for you. You have to gather all the materials. Just got back. Oh, my son was watching your daughter drive the bike around. He really enjoyed it. He's 7 also, so that was the only time he's allowed to watch someone stream. Wow, 3D, that's awesome. That is awesome, 3D. That's really cool. I'm glad he enjoyed it. I'm really glad he enjoyed it. That's cool. That's cool. There's also a trader you can buy some stuff from. Yeah, there is. There's a trader as well in the game now. That's only just new in Alpha 15, the trader. We need to drink. Drink. Yeah, I saw the trailer for the game when it first came out, Eliana. It's a pretty awesome trailer, to be fair. Right? To give them their credit, it's an awesome trailer. I'm not sure it was maybe the best use of their funding, but it was a really awesome trailer. I wonder just how many people have actually bought the game because of the trailer. But yeah, it's pretty damn good. I thought it was really well done. It was a very well done trailer, you know. I was impressed, yeah. I thought it was pretty cool, to be honest. That trailer came out way back in like April time, wasn't it? Didn't that trailer come out way back in April? Haven't enjoyed a single player game since the N64 days. Love this game though. This game is amazing, honestly, Stez. It really is amazing. It really, really is. I love it. I do love it. You know, I've had my fallings out with it, but I do love it. It is an awesome game. It has everything I wanted from a game since I played DayZ Mod. You know, it's had everything I've wanted from a game. And for those of you that are wondering, by the way, you know the build that we're doing, the pyramid? Way over here. You know the way we're building this pyramid? I'm flattening the entire thing and making it all a concrete floor, and then I'm going to build a pyramid. The idea here, I did it in wood just to show people. This is what the structure will look like, right? With the side walls of the pyramid. So this outside here will be a adobe peach, right? So it'll look like a pyramid. And then all this framework will all be in metal trussing, so it'll look like scaffolding from the inside. So you'll be able to go inside the pyramid and actually look around. That's the idea. That's the theory behind it, right? That's what I'm trying to make. I don't know if it'll be possible. I don't know if structural integrity will allow me to build it, but we're going to try, and that's what I'm going to do. So this is the structure and what it's going to look like, roughly. Roughly. And who was asking me about the drawbridge? This is how I get in and out my base. It's just so much easier. Just a little ramp, and I can use my mini bike to go up and down the ramp as well. And I have the base that's 5 high on purpose, so I can just fall off the side and I don't get damaged. So I can leave the base and return to the base a lot quicker than sitting there pressing E and waiting for a drawbridge to go. Do you know what I mean? And then, like, yeah, whatever. I don't need a drawbridge. When bandits come into the game, drawbridges might be a little bit more useful, a little bit more functional, because hey, you're going to want to lock your things up, right? Just in case bandits start raiding your camp or something. I don't know. We don't know what the AI is going to be like for the bandits, so I don't know about that. No, I'm not going to make a maze or anything since that. Man, I've already got enough work on my plate, to be honest, bro. To be perfectly honest, I've already got enough work on my plate just trying to build a damn. Fuck you. I've already got enough work on my plate just trying to build a damn thing. Never mind fucking put a maze in it. Jesus. That'd be ridiculous. Right. So I want to smelt these shovels and stuff. When you manufacture a tool, by the way, guys, just in case any of you are new to the game or wondering about the game or whatever, when you manufacture a tool, you use steel and wood to craft this steel shovel, for instance, right? But if you scrap it, you only get 75% of the iron.